like you mentioned, the group trip, you plan it, you make the WhatsApp group, you add all the people in.
Yes,
our guys deposit £400.
Yeah.
Everybody just be. John's left the group, Sarah's left the group. You know.
Hey, shout out to those people. Or the people that are in the group, but they just don't even say nothing.
Yeah, just be quiet, pretending like they're not seeing all these messages. I can see the 2 blue ticks. Like, what are you doing? Like.
Hey guys, welcome to the TravelGang podcast. And it's your boy Patman at whereispatman on Instagram. And today I'm here with...
My name is David Acosta, aka Mr. Go Travel. How you doing, brother?
Yes.
Let's get this in, man.
Finally, we're here.
Finally, we've been talking about this for a while.
For a while, guys. And we think it's about time we introduce a travel podcast to the world to let them know behind the scenes what goes on holidays.
Yeah, there's not a lot of podcasts that are strictly just talking about travel. I mean, podcasts talk about travel, but not just about travel. So, yeah, on this show, we're going to be talking about all things travel, business, life, relationships, money, controversy. Controversy. We're going to talk about controversy, but you might talk about controversy. Well, controversy could be controversy about women. Controversy could be, I don't know, that's stupid. But anyway, so we're going to talk about that type of stuff and current events, what's going on in the world right now. So yeah, I'm excited, man. This is going to be fun.
This is good. This is the first one. Guys that know me at home, yeah, I hate speaking on camera like this. I'm never normally the person in front of the camera. Obviously, I'll do my vlogs and stuff like that, but like typically, I hate podcast normally. So this is something out of my shell for me, out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Obviously, my boy here, he's a natural. he's a actor extraordinaire.
Vogue, but yeah, but you got stories, man, crazy stories. I mean, we grew up in the hood, and then we got into business. We got a bit more successful. So, but we still got that, old school from the ends mentality, and you take that into the boardroom. You take that into different countries around the world. We've got some stories to tell. We've got some amazing people, some guest speakers that we're going to have on. And these people have got some knowledge, some wisdom for you guys if you want to learn more about travel, and there's so much going on. So yeah, I think we've got a good message.
Yeah, we've got a good message, man. Stay tuned, man. But obviously, at first, we're just going to introduce ourselves in a bit more detail, let you guys get familiar with who we are and what we do, and our relationship as well. I don't know, should I ask you the questions first? Should I
go ahead,
ask the questions? Yeah. So, let's start off with how we know each other, really. Let's let the audience know how we know each other.
So we both went St. Joseph's Academy. Shout out to the Green Gang. So this used to be my school bully. Punched me up on a regular basis. He probably owes me about $4,000 right now. Obviously with inflation and interest from all the money he stole from me. Because I used to sell Rocky bars at school, donuts, because I was a hustler. I was about my residual income from young. But obviously also Jamaican guys would like steal all of the stuff from me. So I mean, you owe me like at least give me like £17 in crypto or something.
No, guys, come on now. No, trust. I wasn't that bad in school.
St. Joseph of Rough,
but we used to go St. Joseph's in what's it come under? Blackheath, Lewisham. Blackheath, Lewisham Borough. Was it Blue Borough they call it?
Blue Borough, yeah.
But I was actually from Peckham though. Yeah, so it was mad going to school in St. Joseph.
Yeah. It was mad for everybody. Like we got banned from Lewisham Shopping Centre.
Yeah.
Like we took hammers to other people's schools. The police were after us. I mean, yeah, it was a rotten school still. But obviously we had to educate ourselves. Do you know in school like there will be classes where the class is 45 minutes long, like English, and all the naughty children are just talking for the whole class. We got 5 minutes of teaching and 40 minutes of be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. So a lot of the stuff, that's why when I write in and spell it now, I'm like, why do I not know how to spell that? Why? Because we were dumb, bro. Listen, we had to educate ourselves. That's how we became successful in business. Cause
we had to, like, if there was a ratio, I'd say 9 out of 10 didn't really make it. Yeah. After school, kind of
9.6 out of 10. Like,
yeah, we've come from a rough background, guys. So we've made it here now. We've travelled the world. We just want to share our experiences on mainly the travel, and obviously touching on a couple other points as well. But I wanted to ask you a question just to let the audience know at home. So give us more information about who you are, what you do.
Yeah, man. So David Acosta, 38 years old. My background is TV and film. So I was a film director, cameraman, video editor. My passion, I love it. But I was working for like a boring corporate company doing corporate documentaries. So
is that what you was doing beforehand? Yeah.
Yeah.
Before,
filming corporate movies. Yeah.
Since school and that, obviously we had a large gap where we didn't see each other, and it's like what within the last 5 years or so. We connected, innit?
Yeah, so I went to Oxford Books University, studied media technology, so got my camera, started doing corporate documentaries, working for a small company, but it just wasn't really my passion because filming like boring videos about agriculture and stuff like that, I wanted to do my own type of
You don't know
movies.
agriculture, that's boring, yeah?
It's dead boring, but I don't care about the ozone and them cows and cow pattern magazines like that. That's a long
Let's
time.
not get that girl on our case, you know.
Oh, it wasn't, it should be after people, should be after bare people, man, chatting nonsense.
Trust me, that's what I say.
Yeah, man, but a good friend shared the business of marketing with me, network marketing, and I got into a health and wellness company. I learned what I needed to learn to become successful in business, but I didn't make a penny because health and wellness wasn't my thing, But then when I got into travel, I just...
What age was around about?
28, I got into the travel industry, was able to make 6 figures in my first year, quit my job. My story is like, I gave my boss a 2-day notice because my boss was a narcissist, a racist, a bad person. So I gave him a 2-day notice because I wanted to leave. He said, look, you need to give us a 30-day notice. That's a company policy. And I said, look, Steve, you don't understand. I'm giving you a 2-day notice.
Shout out to Steve, bro.
Shout out to Steve, man. But I said, I'm giving you a 2-day notice, Steve, because today you're going to notice. I'm not coming back tomorrow. So I was able to quit my job, be fully retired. And that's when I just scaled the business. It's now like, it's $1 million business. I've got over 34,000 home-based travel professionals that I coach, I mentor. Some people become millionaires through this opportunity. So the travel business has funded my passions, such as like stuff like this. I have my own camera equipment, being a travel blogger, so just being able to travel the world and being able to start my own movie. So my movie's coming out soon, Flatmates, Black James Bond web series. So
guys,
really excited about that.
This.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some screenings at the Ritzy in Brixton, some screenings with you as well, some like private screenings for the people to see it before anybody else. So that's a bit of my background. So now just an entrepreneur. I speak on stage around the world. I mentor. I'm a business coach, travel blogger, filmmaker, and trying to get into acting as well. Again, this business can fund my passions to like fly out to Atlanta, book a nice apartment, and beg Tyler Perry for a role. Like be outside his door, like, yo, Tyler, hook man up. So
if Tyler don't, then we do it ourselves.
Do it ourselves, innit? So
no, that's good, man.
What about yourself? What's your background for the people who are seeing it for the first time?
Yeah, so my background, obviously, as you said, we came from a rough.
Used to be a stripper, isn't it?
This guy, trying to for the record, guys, never used to be a stripper. I was involved with an event.
See that I'm thinking.
I was never a stripper, guys. Whatever pictures going around, it's not me. It's not me.
AI, man. AI is crazy nowadays.
But obviously, when I was younger, I was kind of on the roads, whatever. Difficult, man, trying to decide if I'm on the roads or if I'm in corporate life, and then got in trouble at a certain point. And I thought, you know what, the road life ain't even for me. Let me focus on a career. Went into sales. Done that for about 10 years, mainly in like property sales, but I always had a passion for traveling. So when I was younger, I took my first trip, and then when I got that bug, I think I was like 16, which we'll touch on a bit more. 16, I booked my first holiday, and then since then I've travelled like, I think now we're at 101, 102 places, countries in the world, or whatever. Wow. So I think I'm kind of like halfway through. I think it's 190.
Yeah, we're halfway through, like trying to travel the world, basically.
Yeah. So I've travelled the world now, and here I am now. What my main thing is now, where I'm at now, is obviously spreading the knowledge, information about travel, getting more people into travel. I noticed that since like lockdown times, a lot of people have started to travel now. Get into travel. Before that, everyone was just interested in partying and clubbing and fashion and stuff like that. But the trends are changing, so while the trends changing, I want to be able to share the message, information about travel, and hopefully take some people on some travel trips with me as well, man. But that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Love that.
Alright, so my next question to you, bro, is tell us about the beginning. Tell the audience as well and everyone at home. When was your first trip?
Boy, first trip. Well, technically my first trip I'm 3 years old. My parents just grabbed me out of Nigeria and dashed me into Dulwich, bruv. Like, so, yeah. And it's crazy, like, just like you, I've done well over 100 trips just in the last 7 years. I think I'm pushing 150 international trips. And I count states. So if I go to America and I go to Atlanta, that's one trip, and I go to New York.
Trips
I count states because Americans count states because Americans, they normally like, they say, they go to Vegas and that's a holiday for them. Like, and the states are so big. So yeah, about 150 trips. Sick. But I still haven't actually been back to Nigeria where I'm born. So I've been to Jamaica like 4 or 5 times. I haven't been back to Nigeria, but I'm going. I want to go with the whole family, the whole crew.
What the hell?
So I feel like a sellout, man. But yeah,
we have to organise a trip. I've been there still.
You've been to Nigeria?
Yeah. We have to organise a trip. Yeah. So I don't know, for the audience at home, a lot of people just think I'm straight Caribbean, but I'm actually half Caribbean, half African.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Swear.
Half African.
When you say African, like what, Wakanda or Nigeria? You gotta be specific.
Wakanda.
I'm not gonna say I'm half African, man. Where in Africa, man?
No, so got family from Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and then Jamaica.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
That explains the forehead, man. That's you can't punch me out because you've got evidence. Bare cameras in it.
No face, no case. But yeah, no. So I'm half in it. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm half. But we need to organise a trip.
I didn't actually know that. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Half.
Straight yardie.
No. Yeah. I had my pounded jam yesterday, bro. Got a mix of tea, but so okay, you haven't been to Nigeria, so you came from Nigeria. Yeah. So you was 3 years old, straight to the UK. Yeah. You travelled everywhere around. Yeah,
it's crazy. So my parents, like, it was like we would just do Malaga in Spain, Torremolinos, Malaga. So when I was like maybe 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, we nearly travelled every single year to Spain. It was just like my parents just you're basic back then, and obviously you only get enough money to just do simple things. So Spain would have been the cheapest trip. I can only imagine my parents were booking travel on teletext.
So when you was like, between what ages was that?
So just my early teens, like, so I would have said going to Spain every single year would be like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, that period there.
So your first like actual trip?
Yeah.
Well, after obviously the first initial trip, the actual trip after that was when you was like 12 when you first.
Yeah, that's the time I would have started really traveling, and then obviously my first trip, let's say without parents, when you're like getting a bit older, me and my brothers, we went to Spain. I don't even know how our mum even let us go because we were.
How old was you those times?
We would. Must have had to have been like 19, no, maybe even 18. All I knew, because I've seen footage on YouTube of what we like had the old camcorder.
Yeah, the old school camcorders.
Like, we were so immature and so wild that I don't know why my mum even let us go, because this footage that we've got, and there's a few of us, we're just like crazy, just hyping, we're very funny. Like, the content is absolutely hilarious. Just doing all the.
Where in Spain did you say?
I wouldn't remember now. It might be in the same place our parents took us. It probably was Malaga.
Okay.
Malaga. Yeah.
So like 18, 19 is when you first.
My brother was even younger, but so that was our first, like, I guess call it a lad trip. But to be fair, now you're giving me flashbacks. Yeah. My first trip where I got the travel bug. Because traveling with your family is totally different to traveling with the man them and traveling with your friends. We went to Crete in Greece. Okay. So shout out to my boy Stefan, aka Marmite G. It was him.
Marmite G, big
Marmite G. We used to rap. We had like that was his rap name. We used to make music back in the days.
We definitely see some clips of that as well.
No, I was dead. Like, I was a dead rapper, man. But so we went to Crete in Greece. So it's kind of like your Ibiza setting. So
I know Crete. I've been
party girls and all that type of stuff. So, but we will get the quad bikes. So now, for the first time in my life, we're in a convoy or 4 guys on quad bikes going to the club. You pull up to the strip.
Shout out to Anna that as well.
Fam, because like I grew up like really introverted. We went to like a really rough school. You guys were probably doing all the parties and house parties. I was not even allowed to go out by myself. Like, even to the newsagents, so strict African, because you're only half. So one half of you was out in the streets. The other half of you was disciplined. Mine was straight full African. So I was super disciplined by my parents. So going out partying, all that stuff was just a myth to me. So now I'm in another country. I've got a quad bike. There's a bunch of cool people around, girls everywhere. I'm like, yo, this is lit. So I was just like, oh my gosh, the freedom and the opportunity to just live that type of life for a short period of time. That was one of my best trips that I'd always remember. I fell in love with Crete, I fell in love with Greece, I fell in love with quad bikes. Like, that's my thing when I travel. I love to use the quad bikes. But it was fun, man. It was really fun.
That Crete trip was Crete trip
Yeah.
was the one that gave you the travel bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It was cool, man.
Okay.
What about you? Like your first time really traveling with like people, the man them, and
well, I start with my first time actually ever traveling. I think I remember. Do you know the maddest thing? I remember it. Yeah, I was 5 years old.
swear.
That was like my first holiday I went on, and I went. That was going back to Jamaica. I stayed there. I can't remember, man. I maybe felt like a year or something.
Swear.
I was there for ages, and that was like my first ever trip that I remember. Obviously with my mom, going back home to see family and stuff like that. That's my first ever trip that I remember. I just remember when I got there, and obviously you know how the UK is, and I just remember looking at, and I saw the beach, the sea, and I saw the sunset. It was all red. The sky was red. I was like, what the hell?
Mad,
But I remember my mum, she used to wear contact lenses, and back in the days you couldn't fall asleep with contact lenses. So the contact lens like went like she fell asleep on a plane, then it got stuck in the ice, so she couldn't actually see when we got to the airport and that. She had to wear like a mask until we got to like the doctors, and then they sorted out got the contact out. So I was like describing everything to her, innit?
Wow.
So it's mad. So I remember like that's why I remember it so well, because she couldn't see. So I had to literally be her eyes and be like, come, the taxi's here, this, wow. I was only like 5. I was like 5.
That's an experience, man.
Yeah, so I had to think. So but that's like my first trip, and then my first own trip, like proper trip, I was like 16. I went to America, went Washington and New York. 16, 17 was my first trip. I just remember
by yourself or?
By myself.
So that's 16. See, Jamaicans had freedom, man. Like
16, 17.
Go. Like, that's mad.
Like 16, 17. I think I was just turning 17. But basically, there was like you know, like how you used to see the holidays back in the days on teletext or like these brochures. And I think there was like a brochure back in the days. And it said, if you're between 16 and 21, you can go to America for a discount price. I think it was like £8 or £1,000. I can't remember how much it was. The trip was.
I don't know how you get $8 at the age of 16. But again, Jamaicans did stuff, but like, I had no money. They didn't even let me to go to the newsagent. Like, you're there in Washington DC. I'm pissed.
Nah, it's mad. You know what? Yeah, at the time I had money to buy a car. Like I just obviously I remember I was doing my thing in it. So I had money.
When you say doing your thing, is that when you were stealing the Rockies from the donuts from at school?
No,
you had that money at that age, man.
No guys. I was doing my thing. But I had money for a car, and I was saying to my brethren, "Oh, should we go to America?" You know how it goes. There was like 10 man, 12 man saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna come." Until it was just
you
me,
and your passport.
It's me and my passport, and I said, "You know what? Flip it. No one else doesn't want to go. Let me just go in it." So I saw the brochure thing. I paid the money, and I remember coming home and I was telling my mum like, I'm going to New York next week. She's like, huh?
Wow, that's mad.
So I went to New York, bro. Washington first, sorry, and then New York. So I was like 17 in Washington, one up. But how they organised the trip was that it was like for students as well. So you stayed in like a student. You stayed in a hotel.
Other people that did the same thing, basically.
Kind of, but you stayed in a hotel, but during a certain time of the year, they just allowed students to stay there at discount price. So when I got there was bare other people my age group between 16 and 21. So I managed to connect with people there, whatever. But from Washington, 17 years old, then we went to New York, which was an eye-opener, Big Apple. And you know what was the craziest thing, bro? I was walking down the street, you know Greenwich Village? Have you been to New York before?
Yeah.
Greenwich Village. I'm walking to Greenwich Village, and I'm hearing someone saying Patman. But I'm thinking, I'm in New York.
No one knows me.
No one knows you here. But I'm hearing it. I looked, it was someone from Peckham, bro.
So Peckham to Greenwich to Greenwich to Greenwich.
Bro. I said, huh?
I
said, no way. And then we was chatting or whatever. Some couple guys from my ends was chatting. And then I found out they were staying in the same hotel as me as well.
They did the same thing?
No, they was on another. They was just like on another trip.
Wow.
But they were staying on the floor above. So I was like, oh my days, what's the chances in New York? But I find when I go on holidays, I always see someone.
Bumping someone,
So that was
it wasn't the Ox boy, because then that's a long.
But literally, man, it was mad. And then ended up going to a baseball game together. It was cool, man. So at 17, man, it was my first proper trip. And when I went there by myself, I thought, nah. The only thing though, when you go by yourself, you know, it gets kind of boring at night.
You just want to go out and like mingle on the scene and meet people. But that's something we're going to talk about, the pros and cons of solo travel as well, because that's a big topic.
Nah, literally. But that was my first ever like proper travel that gave me the bug still, man.
Alright guys, so one of the things we want to talk about, which obviously you touched on a little bit, solo travel, pros and cons of traveling solo or traveling in a group, and traveling in a relationship. Let's say you're in a new relationship and then you decide to take that trip. It can be kind of techie, so I mean, so okay, let's talk about solo travel. Have you had any mad experiences when solo traveling? And overall, would you prefer solo travel or travel with a crew?
I think with a crew, with friends, you know, or at
Yeah.
least one person. Solo travel's good, as I kind of touched on before, yeah. But like, it's at night time when you go back to your hotel room.
Yeah.
And you just by yourself. It's
there.
like, it's chilly. Especially when you're younger. I think maybe now, I haven't done it like mad recently, yeah. But maybe now I could be cool with it.
Yeah, peace, like just your own peace.
Peace. But I think between the ages of like 18 to 30,
you want to be doing stuff. Like.
Yeah, you want to be doing stuff. And you're by yourself. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, you know, I went on holiday by myself, so I went out, tried to get to some clubs when I was like 17.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've went other places, tried to do stuff, but yeah, I feel like it's definitely better for me myself. Between 18 to 30, travel with someone or a group. When you get over 30, I think you're more in your space and you just think. But
and that's the thing. I think our age group have to get used to solo travel. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I could never travel by myself. But like you mentioned, the group trip, you plan it, you make the WhatsApp group, you add all the people in.
Yes,
our guys deposit £400.
Yeah.
Everybody just be. John's left the group, Sarah's left the group. You know.
Hey, shout out to those people. Or the people that I had the group, but they just don't even say nothing.
Yeah, just be quiet, pretending like they're not seeing all these messages. I can see the 2 blue ticks. Like, what are you doing? Like them people, the excuses are mad. Pigeon stole my wallet. It's just like there's mad excuses. So I used to do that and be like, oh man, well, come on guys, let's get this together. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't care if no one comes. I'm going. I'm having an amazing time, and you're gonna see on my Facebook, my picture's gonna be great, and I'm gonna mingle and meet people there. And I'm an introvert, so it's kind of hard for me to meet strangers outside. I was always shy. Now I'm a bit better at doing that. But
you're way better now.
Yeah, but back in the days, it was lonely. Like you're in the hotel by yourself, like you said, and you're just like, I want to go out. Where do I go? And then it's the safety. There's certain places you don't just be walking around looking for clubs. You can end up in some. Have you had any mad stories about?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, slipping in a different country.
Almost, bro. Like I remember one time, like when I was 17, that first solo trip, and I was in Washington, and then I remember I went to like some shopping mall in Washington that a lot of people go to, and then everyone kept telling me, like they knew I wasn't from there, but they kept telling me, the same way you come in is the same way you go out. Wow. Do you not go out the other exit? I was like, what's going on? But anyway, I ended up going to that side of the building, to the mall, where that exit is. And then like, before I knew it, there was this group of guys like coming around me, and they was like asking me where I'm from, whatever. And I was like, obviously they heard the English accent.
I'm from the United Kingdom. I am from the Queen. Like, you know, it's like
obviously they heard the accent and they was like kind of thrown off by it. But they was like still looking to try and move to me.
I was like, I don't care if you're from the UK, son. You don't catch these acts.
Listen, bro. I was like, what? So obviously I didn't have it in the end. Almost got a bit physical. Some people got involved with it. But bro, like that's literally crazy. Like ended up on the wrong side, like everyone said, and it was like, because apparently. So
that's in like a hood or something, like.
Yeah, Washington's kind of dangerous. So it's just like, on this one side of the shopping mall, there's like, don't go over that side. But apparently Washington is.
So people get that misconception of Washington, because Washington DC is the White House there. That's like the most precious building in the whole of America. But Washington DC is the ghetto. The White House is basically not too far from the ghetto. You're in the White House, you're doing all the tourism, taking pictures. You walk a few blocks down, straight gun. I used to always think that if I ever got approached in America just by talking in your accent, they'll be like, obviously, I ain't got no beef with this guy, he's from London, but it doesn't always go like that. Like if I was to ever get pulled over by the police, I'm putting on my best Queen's English, it's like, hi officer, just like, it was like, hey, get on the floor, get your British ass on the floor. But that nearly happened to me once. I had, I'm normally in a suit and boot. I'm normally suited and booted, smart, doing business events, blah, blah, blah. But one time I'm all hooded up with a do-rag and I'm walking through some neighborhood trying to get back to my hotel, and I kind of take the wrong turn. And I'm in like super posh, upscale, $1 million mansion area.
Where was you said?
This is Florida. It might be Miami or Orlando, I'm not too sure. But I'm in a place that I don't look like like I'm meant to be there type of thing. And actually, we're supposed to be there, but I was out of place. I'm all do-ragged up, walking through people's like the drive-throughs and stuff. So then there's a police car, and I know the police is watching me in it. So I'm not thinking, oh boy. And this was during the time where there was a lot of like tension, police and violence and stuff like that. So I was just thinking to myself, if they pull up on me, like what do? Do you quickly let them know that you're British? Does that kind of matter? Do they care? So it can be, traveling by yourself solo can be an issue.
It's true, man. I just to kind of add on to what you're saying about the police, I didn't have like a proper incident, but I remember like in the early days of going to America, obviously you get your rental stuff like that, and I had my drop top Mustang, whatever. These times it was fresh, like it was a good car for even over there as well, yeah. And then I was speeding, me and my cousin, whatever. I remember we stopped at traffic lights, and before we stopped, someone was bibbing us, some black woman. Yeah. I was thinking, why is she bibbing us like this? And she come alongside us in between our cars, and she's talking to me mainly. And she's like, you're obviously, you're crazy. Yeah. And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, are you crazy? Like, you're speeding, no. Yeah. And she's like, you don't do this here. And I was like, no, we're cool. And she's like, no, you're not cool. And she's like, basically, you're saying you're black. If the police pull you over, it's a wrap. Because we was in that Orlando, I think, kind of area, in Florida. And then, like, me and my cousin looked at her, she's like, for real? Like, it's in London. You know, like in London, you can cut through and do your thing or whatever, But she really thinks, and I was like, it's right. Yeah, you got it. Within, like, 2 streets later, we actually did come across the police as well. Yeah. They pulled you, or? No, they didn't. Okay, but she was like, I don't know, the God's voice saying beforehand. It's just not worth it, Yeah, because then speeding anywhere, like I'm a safe driver. Speeding anywhere is the easiest way to take yourself out. But in America, but you didn't do no lessons to learn how to drive in America. You just drove there. No, I just See, that thing's a mad one to me because I'm on American roads a lot, like in the Ubers doing events. And it's drove. They're the worst roads in the world, like. But Americans be saying our roads are worse. Yeah, that's what Americans say about our roads. But I think their roads are way bigger and their cars are way more crazy. Yeah. They get points to crash people, man. It's like Grand Theft Auto over there. What's that? Elton gave Demolition Derby. Yeah, Demolition Derby. That's what Americans are different. But we'll touch on America still. We've got to talk America. But the other point you was mentioning was pros and cons. Relationship. Tell us. I mean, it's like sometimes like you're in a new relationship. You take off at Gatwick in a relationship, you land at Stansted single. It's mad, but I mean, for me, it depends on the relationship. Like for me, now traveling with my wife, I can't think of anything better than traveling with my wife. It's the best. Like we've been around the world, just but with that new partner, though. That new partner, man, it could be really good, like holiday romances. I don't know. Have you ever had a holiday romance? Holiday romance is probably undefeated. They're some of the best because you went to this place. Especially if you're solo traveling. Yeah. And you didn't plan to meet anyone you would love to, but he's like, what are the odds I'm going to meet someone that I really click with? Yeah. You know, and I'm in this foreign place all by myself. I'm kind of lonely because all my friends let me down. But then I meet the perfect girl or guy, and then it's like, not guy for me. Wait, see. Wait, I'm gonna round it up. Then you meet the perfect person. No, I'm scuffing it out, fam. Yeah, so like you're kind of lonely. You're out in a place all by yourself, and then you meet that perfect person, and you just click, and obviously you spend all the time together. Yeah. Holiday romances are undefeated, like. But have you ever had a good one, and have you ever had a bad one? Holiday romances, I've been loads of countries in it, so I've had a few romances, I'd say, where I've met people. But obviously it's difficult to extend it, but it's good. They basically become your holiday wife. Holiday wife. Holiday husband, holiday wife. But going with someone fresh on holiday, or going, like, I think when you're going to decide is in a relationship, one good decider, if this person's for you, I think is go on holiday with them. This is where we're going to see the real them. The real them. Like, you're normally, you live in your house, they live in their house. So when you meet up, you go cinema, you go drinking, you go bowling, whatever. Or they come and stay at your house, you stay there for like a short period of time. They can act, right, everyone can act and fake it and act the way they're supposed to act for a short period of time. When you're 6 days stuck in a small 2 weeks together, the hotel, sharing the same bed, like for, now it's like, okay, I'm going to find out, are we compatible? So one of the best things to do is like take a holiday early if you really want to know. But then again, you can put a lot of pressure on, and if you care about the relationship and you didn't travel too soon, you can put a lot of pressure on the relationship by saying, let's travel. And then it's like, you could have been good, but the holiday messed you up. Yeah, there's pros and cons to like, the pros obviously when you go with a partner is because you're not going to be lonely if you're not really a solo traveller. But the con is, you get to kind of see the real them sometimes, and then you could, like you said, go as a relationship, come back single. Yeah, that's it. And I've heard cases where some people obviously just disappear from the hotel, like, it's mad, like, or like the person comes back to the room and the room card doesn't work. That is a problem. Then you go down to reception, hey, and then you go to reception, the person's like, no, you've been checked out, like. And then not checked out. Then they've had to find another hotel. I've heard stories from different people, but we're going to be talking more about this. We're going to invite some guests for them to share their holiday horrors and their holiday dreams as well. But we've got a few people who own businesses that can really help you
with different parts of travel, people that have got experience, people that can give you advice, and just different business owners in general to help with general life. So yeah, we've got some really exciting guests coming on to the podcast.
Yes, some travel hacks as well, travel tips, learn how to save money in travel, learn how to make money in travel. We're going to be discussing it all, and we're also going to be going on some reviews. So me and Mr. Go Travel going to be going on some reviews, reviewing some places, and telling the truth about what's going on out here. And there's these vloggers, there's a food vlogger everywhere these days, saying this place is yummy, this place is nice.
So which kind of yummy?
You get me? And you go over there, the place is dead, fam. So we're going to be giving our honest feedback, the truth. You get me? This is what everyone needs. Is the truth. So yeah, we're going to be doing that and inviting you guys at home to come on some reviews of us as well and do some challenges. Remember the challenges?
I'm looking forward to that, man. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So Travel Gang podcast is going to be your hottest podcast to tune into if you are passionate about travel, business, money, and just living that life. Like, we've got one life to live. Let's live it to the full, and this podcast is going to help you to do just that.
Yeah, 100. Big up, bro.
Let's go, bro.